Hello everyone, my name is Sneha Srishti. I'm a BTech first year student from the Department of Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. Today we are dealing with a project that is multiplication without actually making use of the multiplication operator. This presentation explores a fundamental mathematical operation that is multiplication. With this, we will delve into the concept of multiplication without relying on the traditional multiplication operator. Instead, we are focusing on the underlying principle that is there, which is repeated addition. Um, we have a basic layout here of how will we go about the whole process. So first and foremost, we define the problem, after which we initialize the variables. Since we are dealing with integers, there will be negative integers too. So here we'll handle the negative numbers uh, by making use of the if statements that I will show in the code shortly. Then after that we actually imply the repeated addition process. That is, we'll add a to the result b times, and then we will adjust for the negative result accordingly, after which we'll print the result. Now we have a very brief example here, that is multiplying 3 and 5. As I have mentioned before, we will initialize, set the variable product to 0, then we will iterate the loop, and then we'll, we'll iterate the loop. That is, we are performing repeated addition. For example, since we have 3 and 5, we will be looping 3 to be added to itself 5 times, so we get the final product, which is 15. We have a very similar example again, which is multiplying 7 and 8. Very similarly, again we'll initialize, we'll iterate the loop, and then we get the final product. Now the advantages of this is that since it's a very fundamental operation, we can actually make we can actually explain or understand on a very minute level of how to make use of loops in the programming language C++. Again, the conclusion and the key takeaways are similar. We'll understand multiplication on a base root level, repeated addition, and implementation of loops in C++. Now we'll straight away move to the code. Right here we have the code. So we have the very basic layout here, which is include IOStream using namespace std. Now from here we start with the actual functioning of the code. That is, we function to multiply two numbers without using the multiplication operator. So we call the function multiply first, and then we are defining it int multiply, int a, int b. We initialize the result. Now since we'll let's break down this code, we'll and further focusing I'll focus on each part and explain it step by step. First and foremost, we initialize the variables right here, and then we are making use of the boolean, uh, this boolean flag right here. Since we have a binary question that whether the inserted integer it's negative or not, we'll use a boolean flag for true or false statements. This negative flag, this is used to determine whether the final result it should be negative or not. It starts as false, assuming the result will be positive. Now this is where the multiplication result will be stored. It's initialized to 0. We have already initialized this thing to 0 because we are accumulating the product by adding a repeatedly. After this, we'll handle the negative numbers. We have made use of the if statements here. The first if here, it checks if a is negative. If it is, the a is converted to its positive counterpart by negating it. A equals to minus a. This is because the rest of the algorithm, it works with positive numbers. So after negating a, the negative flag it is toggled using this flag right here. Now this ensures that the result it keeps track of whether the final product should be negative. Now the same process we repeat for b. Uh, to explain why we have used this certain flag right here, uh, that is that if a and b both are negative, their product should be positive, right? So now toggling this negative flag twice, once here and once here, this ensures that the result that we get is positive when both the values are negative. So again, so it is toggled twice, making it false again, meaning the result is positive. Now again, we perform, now this is where we actually perform the loop, uh, by adding a to the result b times, adding a number multiple times. Now this loop is where the process is actually simulated. After this, we adjust the result sign right here, and after this we calculating the product. This if statement right here, it checks whether the negative flag is true or not. If it is, it means the result should be negative. So the code, it negates the result by setting result equals to this negative result, which is right here. Uh, then if negative is false, if the statement is false, this skip is automatically skipped and the result remains positive. After this, and returning the final result, we have finally the function, it returns the result, which is the product of a and b with the correct signs. Now I'll perform this code right here. We'll see the output. I'll perform it in 3 steps. First and foremost, we'll multiply two positive integers to check. Yes, so we get two positive integers 6 and 5. We get the product, which is 30. I'll perform it again, this time with one positive and one negative integer, 5 and minus 8. The product that we have is minus 40. Performs well. Third condition is, we'll take both the integers as negative, minus 5 and minus 3. We get a positive 15. That means the code is functioning well. Thank you.